Good morning and welcome back to Clefland Nights. It's the never-ending story of gaming that takes place in many alternate worlds. I hate disclaimers, but all the art I use for this video and all the characters are owned by their companies, their people, the creators. We just use them for fun. So this is for the gaming that took place around the week of 19 December 2017, and this is our 46th episode. So where we last left our heroes. On Earth 210.6 day 1, yes, we're still at the tree there, Adver City. We last left our heroes gathering together to find out what their mission was in adversity. And it's very adverse to do that. So they were brought together, brought to the tree by the Hayabusa family. And the Hayabusa family is made up of Narutoshi, Sarano, Suzumi, Nico, Dai, Midori, Masakazu, and Takashi Hayabusa. Bruce Wayne, Wally West, and Alan Scott had made their way, had met at the Pine Cone, which is the police headquarters, and then make their way through the tree to the tunnel called Manhattan. They're using their previous memories, thinking that Manhattan was where Tech Town was on the previous world, but here it's called Manhattan. And in this tunnel through the tree, it is actually built to look a lot like Manhattan, a street in Manhattan, or whatever would look. There they go, inquiry into electronic devices. And they go into a variety of different ones. I'll get into that later. But the answer comes up. Wanda is the answer to what their mission is. So, even though Alan heads to Legends, Wally gets there first. Wally and Wanda discuss what is happening and that they need to gather their teams together, and which they're 210 teams, the equivalents, Argonauts, Stars, and Omega Dawn, and go save the leaders, which is Alex Prentice, Chris Ritz, and Christopher Lord, respectively, which is kind of them playing them. So Wally anyways updates Alan and Bruce when they show up. Sam Alexander arrives and is brought to this tree by Suzumi. She tells him that he will be a part of the Bat Guard, which means Batman would be in charge of him. Sam flies to the Pine Cone and meets Wally there. Wally tells him about their mission. They decide that Sam will search high on the tree, and Wally... Oh, yeah, by the way, Sam Alexander's family also shows up, which, they are taken someplace to be safe, hopefully. And Charles Xavier is brought to the tree then, also by Nico. Much to his dismay, his twin sister Cassandra and stepbrother Kane Marco are there also. The Queen Serrano informs Charles and Cassandra mentally, telepathically, that they are to work for her and the king to win the hearts and minds of the people. Charles and Cassandra are then sent into the Tree City to an exact replica of their home in Westchester, being held up by the branches of the tree. And Kane is sent to the military base below, who will then be working for Alan. Shortly later, Calvin Rankin and his parents, Ronald and Danielle, are brought to the tree by Suzumi, and they are sent to Pleasantville as if there wasn't a mission. But on the way there, Prince Takashi shows up and tells Calvin, "Hey, I'm going to take you to Legends, which is the main primary watering hole in the city, to be a part of the band." because of his abilities to learn anything and powers. Calvin then sees Bruce for just a second. Tries to blow him off, though. But anyways, Alan proceeds towards the Dance of the Elements. In the protector of the Dance of the Elements, because every time Spot has a protector, in the protector's room, he meets Andrea Tomaz and her brother Eamon. Alan has her call upon her powers, and powers of Isis, and tells her about the mission. Meanwhile, Wally is down in Pleasantville, which is another section at the base of the tree, and runs across Kamala Khan and talks with her there. Bruce gets in communication with Alfred Pennyworth, who is in Batcave, and summons the Bat Jet. He also finds out that a huge section of Gotham is on the outskirts of this tree, and which could have other problems. Earth 10.3, and it's still 30 May 1993, where we last left our heroes of Infinity, Pantheon, and Titans. They are heading to the wedding of Tempest and Rogue and Tranquilidad, Bella de Nico. Just to catch you up, Infinity is made up of Frank Corso, Hercules, John Jones, Lenya Petrovna, Merlin, Owen Reese, and Zana. Pantheon is made up of Carter Ritz, Gray Ritz, Sam Corso, Tempest Odinson, Xander Prentice, Cindy Moon, Holly Day, Megan Moores, and Rogue. The Titans are made up of Monica Cerbella, Angelica Jones, Billy Batson, Jamie Madrox, Cara Zarell, Peter Parker, and Priscilla Catian. The attendees fill the pews. Tempest and his groomsmen, who are Holly, Thor, Carter, and Jamie. Rogue's father comes up there into that area of the church, Raven Darkholme, which is in a male form, just to act like the dad, and kind of looks like, you'll see the picture, and talks with Tempest and warning him, hey, you better treat my daughter right. Music starts, and the groomsmen meet up with the bridesmaids and maid of honor, who is Angelica. Other bridesmaids are Monica, Megan, and Cindy. Cindy, who Rogue just met, but she needs 4. So as the wedding goes on, Frank is informed by Juno that there is a battle in space with the USS Constellation, and an attempting emergency landing by a plane. Frank has John phase out and go check out the plane, only to realize that John realizes that it is Loki, who's pretending to be the pilot, trying to land on the island. John attempts to take Loki elsewhere, but Loki, now close enough to the island, teleports to it, and John gets back to the wedding unnoticed, and the wedding goes on without a hitch, which is really odd for a superhero wedding to go on without a hitch, but that was the idea. Could have went different if. After the wedding, everyone goes to Herc's hideaway for a luncheon and reception with much drinking, dancing, joking going on. And at the same time, in LA, teams Eclipse and Outsiders were working on preventing the acquisition of the Pride by the into the government. And so we last left our heroes, Team Eclipse, who is made up of Alex Prentice, Archer, Johnny Blaze, Kyle Rayner, Nico Minoru, Rachel Roth, and Ren. The Outsiders are made up of Chris Ritz, Cassie Sandsmark, Julian Keller, Carolina Dean, Molly Hayes, Tim Drake, and Victor Mancha. Eclipse had brought the Wilders on board, and his dad, Alex, and his dad, Jeffrey. And then they went downtown to pick up Alex's mom, Catherine. Chris and Cassie rejoined the Outsiders on board Bruce, who has Carolina and her parents on board. And shortly after they come aboard, Loki tries traveling onto Chris since he's a time spot. But shortly after his arrival, Chris sends Loki to the end of time. After Loki's detachment, Chris and then the rest of the Outsiders make plans to pick up Molly and her parents on the highway. Alex and the rest of Eclipse then go to the Manurus and try to pick them up. Boy, there's going to be a lot of chopping up of that audio that I just made of that section. Anyways, hopefully you guys don't notice it. That's our gaming that happened for that week. I'm still trying to catch up. Still weeks behind. If you like this content or have any questions about anything that's going on as we quickly went through, leave a comment below. If you like the content and you want to be a part of more things that go on, subscribe and hit like. There's also a little bell thing that you'll be notified when I post something. As always, this is Jody signing off.